Hello everybody, happy Wednesday.
Hello.
Welcome. Heather and I are here, the dynamic duo.
Yes, Heather, totally not Breanna behind a Heather mask.
Right, exactly. So, yeah. Hi Heather, how's your week been?
Not too bad, Nancy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry. Okay, pulling it together.
I don't know what's so funny.
I don't know what's so funny either.
Is there something on my face?
Oh, yes, sorry, yeah. Okay, we're good now though.
Okay,
you got a little highlighter on your face, but I think we're okay now.
Okay.
We're okay. All right. Thank you for joining Heather and I again for our bi-weekly dynamic duo. What is this all about? Heather and I, come on.
Oh, Heather's laughing.
Every couple weeks.
What do you mean Heather's laughing?
sorry.
I'm right here.
Heather is laughing at faux Heather.
Faux Heather.
What do you mean faux Heather? I'm Heather.
I've
Heather.
never seen Heather wearing a bun like that on top of her head.
Trying something new.
Her hair is getting longer.
Yeah, she is growing. Oh, I mean, I am growing out my hair. Okay, I don't think I could do this
The whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
What, it's Breanna? It was Breanna?
It was Breanna all along. What? All right, we're losing
Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, what is this about? So, demo deals this week, September 20th and 21st, 25% off Sizzix. So we were given, being Heather and I, were given a little package of stuff.
That was actually really creepy.
It looked good, actually. Heather and I were given a little package of stuff to play with and come up with some great demos.
And they were so enthusiastic about it, not realizing that Heather was actually off today.
Yes.
So I'm stepping in.
Yes, so this is Faux Heather.
Faux Heather.
And yes, so all of the products samples were made by Heather and I. Breanna is my Vanna, and she's going to help me out
Breanna the Vanna.
answering questions, asking me questions, and hopefully we will get through this without laughing too hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Too much more.
Anyway.
Heather, always watching.
Always watching. Oh my goodness, she's floating head. Okay, I'm pulling it together now. All right, so we got this lovely ATC, Library Pocket ATC card and tabs from Sizzix, the Thinlits.
Nice.
We were also given the Celebrate Colorize Thinlits as well. I almost said paper and ink because Heather wrote paper and ink on there. The Layered Stencils Tartan. Okay, so this goes with the Sizzix stencil system. So I'm going to actually do a demo on how to use it without the system, but I'll also show the system. Okay, so that's the plan. And we were also given this lovely Biggs die called the Card Caddy, which just as a sneak peek. Well, I can't peek it. Well, just a little hint for the future. You may see a take you make from Heather with this in it.
Ooh.
Just so you know.
Real Heather, not faux Heather.
Maybe both of them.
Or both, maybe.
Maybe they'll work together.
Collab.
All right, so what did we come up with? I'm actually going to show mine because I think it is not as good as Heather's this time.
Oh, come on. It's just different. Different styles.
Different styles. But I did use the Card Caddy, and I created this little index card a day holder.
Yes.
So if you've ever followed Tracy Scott, Paper Artsy, I think she may have kind of started this trend quite a few years ago, but she'll do just play on an index card. It takes a few minutes of your day. You get to play with some mixed media. So these are some of mine that I've kind of done, but then I was like, I need a little holder, so that Card Caddy would be perfect, and I could just keep my cards that I'm working on. Or maybe, I don't think I'll fit 365 cards in there, but let's be real. I lose interest so fast that I'm sure the whole year will fit.
There you go.
I am not very good at sticking with a year-long challenge. That is just not me. But at least the ones that I did in 2023 will fit in here, and I'll have a nice little spot for them. But you should see what Heather did.
Should we start with the Card Caddy?
I think we should start with the Card Caddy. So I'll just quickly show. We used matte board. This is the Sizzix mat board to make the card caddy, so it was nice and firm and strong.
So that's what this part is made out of?
That's right.
Map? Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
And
of course they're Christmas themed.
Yes, yes. So Christmas card take and make with card caddy, I have a feeling is coming down the pipeline.
Very nice.
So she better deliver on that now that I promised it.
No pressure.
No pressure, no pressure.
Maybe she can pass it off to Faux Heather. Although I don't think Faux Heather would do as good of a job as real Heather, so.
If she planned it, I'm sure you'd be like, yeah, I'm in. Okay, so when you actually cut it, so these bigs dies, these babies, will not go through the Creative Companion Gemini. You can see that's a very thick die. But the beautiful thing about a bigs die is it will cut this thick mat board or even chipboard. I actually ran it through and it cut chipboard beautifully, our chipboard. So you would use the Big Shot, the switch. So you need the bigger opening, right? So Sizzix, of course, works with Sizzix.
Sorry, Heather said yes, her current take and make would fit nicely in that box.
Oh my goodness, yes it would. There it is. Oh, a little
plug. So this is Heather's current take and make. This is the Peppermint Kisses mini accordion album.
Oh.
And look at that. It fits very nicely.
Wouldn't that be a nice little stand for your box?
Oh, look how cute that is.
That's brilliant.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Brilliant.
Love it.
Brilliant. I see Faux Heather and Heather are on a wavelength on this today. They got each other's back. Okay, so when you actually cut the mat board out of that Sizzix die, you get this piece. See how it's scored there already? So you just have to just fold it. It just folds beautifully.
Oh, yes.
And that's the front and back. And then there's on the actual, it's going to be really, you can't see that, but just trust me. You'll get, when you run a mat board through, you'll get one of these and one of these. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take another little piece of the mat board and put it on, and so you can cut a second one of these because you need one for both sides.
One for each side, because right now this is just open.
So it is so simple to put together. I just fold along these already made score lines. And then I'm just going to add a smidgen of glue, and it just fits beautifully in there. And the whole thing will come together. Obviously, you're going to make it look way better than that. I'm just
there you go.
Like that, right? And you just do both sides, and then you've got this cute little label which you can put on there. I love what Heather's done. See? Cards.
Super cute.
Yes, and I see Heather, I think she's added, this is something that I thought was really awesome. So before you actually go ahead and start covering it with paper, because the other thing you can do is to get this piece for the paper, just run this die again through with the paper that you want to use. But what I would do, and I believe Heather has done here, is she's run a little bit of paint, or I think
ink,
maybe? I'm wondering if that's a Posca pen in a gold or a bronze. I don't know.
Real Heather, if you could weigh in.
That would be great.
That would be fantastic. Oh, there we go.
Anyhow.
Ink.
She used ink. Okay. So inking around there and then putting it on. Whereas I actually did it after, which is another way. I just used the black. But I was commenting to Heather last night through text that these little edge inking details are like the earrings. They are to crafting what earrings are to your outfit. They just finish it off, and it just takes it that step further.
Just pulls everything together.
Right? So really lovely, lovely, awesome options. So we have quite a few of the big dies. We've got three from Eileen Hull.
I'm gonna go
sweet little boxes. And a little truck. So I think you should really take advantage of these deals to grab a few of these. Just great little dimensional projects that you can play with. Faux Heather's on her way back.
Yeah, so today, demo deal, 25% off Sizzix. That excludes the machines, but that does include these. Actually, that stuff is included. Yes.
There's Christmas in there.
Yep, so Christmas dies, thinlits, these bigs dies, stencils,
Holy
plates,
Hannah.
other tools, just excludes the machines. But everything else, Sizzix is 25% off today in store and online, as well as tomorrow. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yes.
Love to hear that. Okay, I'm going to save the stencil for last.
Okay.
So that I can do the demo. But the next thing, so sad news is I left my sample at home. I haven't been overly, you know, we have those weeks where you just don't feel like you're on.
Yes.
I feel like this is a not on.
This is a not on week.
Yeah.
This
so-
is a no bones kind of week.
No bones week. That's right. Just go back to bed, Nance. So, but let's say you have a junk journal. So this is the junk journal class that I'm going to be teaching in October. If you want to add little pockets, I think this would be an amazing die to use. So these are Heather's. Look at those.
And these just,
So that is actually the size of an ATC card. So if you're into ATC cards, that's another thing about this die set, is you could cut up a bunch of great mixed media paper. Think Vicky Boutin, the Creative Scrapbooker Superstock. They will run through your machine with the Thinlits dies beautifully, and you'll have a whole bunch of ATC cards. You could make up a bunch and have them ready. So if you're into ATC cards, this is sweet.
also really good size for gift card holders.
Right.
So if you want to make any gift card holders, this would be great for that as well. They
Yeah.
would fit super nicely in there.
Yeah.
Also just for journaling as well, if you want to add a little
So I'm
journaling
going to
pocket.
actually, if I was stealing one of Heather's, I could just mount this in here and have an extra spot to have some thoughts, or even hidden thoughts. I could kind of put the more private sort of journaling in behind there, or even tuck in a little note from a friend and have a little note about what it means to me. And that can all just kind of go inside my junk journal for later.
What kind of paper do you use for this?
What kind of paper? Well, for the ATC cards themselves, if you're going to add mixed media to it, I would get a good mixed media paper like the Vicky Boutin. But as you can see with Heather, I mean, if she's putting this on a card, in a card, you can just use any paper.
Any pattern
Any
paper.
pattern paper that you have or cardstock would go through really, really nicely. So it's just really kind of a choice in how you're going to use your end product. That's what
Yeah.
I would say about that.
And then Gloria, I'm not sure if you are referring to these guys here. This was out of the mat board.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you were talking about those or if you were talking about the bigs dies.
Okay.
So for the bigs dies.
And if you're talking about the mixed media, my favorite is Vicky Boutin Foundations. It comes in pads of 12 by 12, and it's excellent for holding up to mixed media, inks and sprays and water. You can also use the Hammer Mill 100 pound, and you can also use the Creative Scrapbooker Magazine Superstock. Those are all really, really good mixed media papers, or watercolor paper for that matter. I have lots of options.
We've got the options.
We have the options.
We have the options.
All right, so then this is one I didn't work with at all, but Heather did. This is called Celebrate Colorize. And if you know the Colorize, they are the Colorize line. You cut out a lot of little dies and build up to create something new, or like an animal, or in this case, great birthday stuff.
Yeah, look at these guys here. These are really cute. So you've got that party hat and the balloons. Those are all from this set here.
So they're very awesome layering dies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What is an ATC card, Breanna?
Oh, an ace! Don't even think a second about asking what an ATC card. We assume that everybody knows what the heck I'm talking about, but heck, no, not everybody knows. Artist trading cards. So basically, they're about the size of a baseball card, and kind of the idea started that you would make numerous ones and then you'd send them off to friends. But I think people are started using them as just quick art pieces now that you can just do. Some sprays or inks or paint on there, play a little bit. It's even a great way to kind of rehearse some of your products and just see how they act and play. And then you just, you put them away in a baseball card holder or a little box like I had. But it's just sort of, it's just another size of fun art. Instead of like being in a bound journal, it's ATC card. But if you talk to the ATC card community, they're like, oh, it's got to be this size and the corners have to be rounded. So that's where something like that die would come in really handy, because you wouldn't have to do your measuring and stuff like that.
There you go.
That's the ATC card spiel.
Perfect. All right, so we do have this die still in stock. This is part of the deal, so 25% off this die, available online and in store as well. And I'll just show you those cards again because they were super cute. Real Heather did a good job.
Heather does amazing cards.
She does. Oh, where am I?
Oh,
Other way.
right?
Sorry.
Every time.
There we go.
Stupid.
Super cute.
Awesome.
Oh, if you click. Oh,
I'll let you through.
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So the last thing that we were given in our package of goodies was the Sizzix layered stencils tartan. Okay. So what a great time of year to bring in your tartan, because holy crow, Christmas would look awesome with this stencil.
Sorry.
Oh, she's got notes.
Kelly Clark is just asking, what embossing folder is the numbers? It is the Sizzix 3D embossing folder, numbered.
All right.
There you go.
So that's awesome.
That is that embossing folder.
Definitely count on Heather for letting us know. She's great about the notes. All right, so this stencil, as you open it up, so it's a layering stencil, and as you can see, it has these holes on the top, and there's 4. So I would say that the ultimate goal would be to get this layered look, but each stencil kind of does its own part of that, right? So you can see the differences and how I did play with it. That's why I used archival ink. That's why it's not pretty and clean. Maybe Heather opened this up and went, I'm not working with that, it's dirty. But it's archival ink.
Are you ready for the camera to be tilted?
I am ready for the camera to be tilted, because what I'm going to show...
I can do that.
Oh, right. So, super quick demo today. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so with Sizzix, and I would recommend buying this, I actually would, but I'm going to show how to get around it. This is called the Stencil and Stamp Tool. Yeah,
there we go.
This up. Okay, this is called the Stencil and Stamp Tool. So I would see, so kind of like a stamping platform, what this will do is help you layer your stencils and not have them move. So if you actually look kind of closely, see the gray here? So that piece means, sorry, you'd line up this piece and then you'd see there's little pegs and you'd put the stencil with the holes over the pegs, and then your next stencil will layer beautifully and you won't have the shifting issue, right?
So it holds everything in place.
Yes, that's where I think this tool would be amazing. So now you're thinking, but I don't have all Sizzix, right? I don't have all Sizzix stencils. I have other layering stencils. I have Altenew, I have Pink Fresh. Well, that's where this baby comes in handy. It's a converter. So this is a 10-pack, and you put these on the edge of your stencil, and there's 10 of them in there for you to convert your stencil to work into the system.
There you go.
So an easy add-on for $8.95, you get like $1 a stencil. You can add on, not even $1, 90 cents a stencil. You can add this on and have the system working for all your stencils.
There you go.
Which is pretty sweet. However, I know you guys, you're going to be like, but what if I don't have one? Okay, so here's my little trick. Okay, so number one is when I get out these stencils, they are numbered. So I know you can't see that on camera, but if I look really closely, this is number 3.
There's number 2.
That's number 2. This is number 1, okay? So number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So how I would do this is with the writing side up, I would make sure that that's facing me. I would put my stencil down, and then I would maybe even...
What do you need, tape?
Tape. There it is. The Spellbinder's Best Ever Craft Tape. I would put a smidgy down. Don't need a ton, because I'm not going to go at this like a bear. I'm going to do this gently like a crafter. And instead of distress today, I decided to bring in some of the Catherine Pooler to show that you don't always need distress. So some of these gorgeous colors from Catherine Pooler are just amazing, and we'll do these layering and blending as well, okay? So I'm going to start with Limoncello. Now I'm going to admit, whoops, I don't want to use that one then. I'm going to admit, just because I wasn't super clean, because this is archival, it shouldn't move, but you never know. But I'm just going to go ahead and just gently lay down some color. So you can use foam or brushes, whatever you have. But what I'm going to do while I'm doing this is I'm going to make sure that I get some ink where those holes are. Okay? So I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to go ahead.
I see where you were going.
I think you see it. I know. All you crafty people are like, ooh, I know what's happening. All right.
Blending is so soothing.
It is soothing. So super fun. I've got that coverage, beautiful coverage. So I'm going to pull some tape back. And I can use that again. I'm just going to kind of gently put that down. Then I'm going to bring in stencil number 2. Making sure it's stencil number 2. Now, when I have this at home, what I might even do is take a bit of archival ink and just push it into there, and now it's even extra easy to read, right? Okay, but I don't want to get that all over everything. So there we go. So see how I've made that extra easy to read? It's gone down into the creases.
Perfect.
Nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, if you're predicting this, you got it completely right. Line up the holes with the holes.
Line up the holes with the holes.
Line up the holes with the holes. Okay. Beautiful. And how I know I like it, the lineup, is I can see the square. It's just slightly peeking out, and I'm thinking that's on purpose, even the little bit of peek out there. I'm pretty sure that's the plan. But it's all even. It's nice even at that middle square, so I know I'm doing okay. So I'm just going to put this one aside, and I'm going to pick up Orange Twist. Let's go. Didn't I use Orange Twist? No, I must have used Limoncello. Interesting.
It looks
very orange.
I wonder if there was just some transfer, because that brush already had.
There had to have been, eh?
There might have been a little bit of transfer.
Let's see what else we can do. Let's move along to a different color then. Let's try.
I was gonna say limoncello. Oh, that's dark. But I
for
don't.
limoncello, but I think
I think there was some transfer.
Oh well,
ink that was already there. Oh well, mixing our colors.
You know what? Stuff like that. It's just kind of par for the course in my crafter.
If anyone has any questions, feel free to post them in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them for you. And even if you're watching this on replay, still post your questions, and one of us will do our best to answer whatever question you may have about Sizzix.
Absolutely.
The Catherine Pooler ink pads just seem so juicy.
They're so juicy.
They're so juicy.
And I don't know if you know this, but their black ink pad is archival.
Oh, is it?
So once it's dry, it shouldn't move. It's not water reactive. So yet another option.
So many options.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to be honest. Not having planned this out, this tartan could end up ugly, but we'll see.
So far, so good. I'm liking it.
So
I'm liking it. So now we're moving on to stencil 3.
Stencil number 3. Again, I'm going to make sure it's face up, that I can read the words, line it up. Loving it. I'm going to take a scrap.
Try and get off some of that.
Make sure there's, I mean, I might still pick up some from the stencil. And I'm going to go clean them really well when I'm done, Heather. Don't worry. Let's use suede shoes. So if I was going to clean these stencils off, I'd start with a baby wipe. But the fact that I used the archival ink might have stained them a little bit. I'm not so worried about staining, but I definitely want to get any ink transferring off. So just like what happened with the first one, how it went, that lemon went pretty orange, probably because I'd used a red archival. I would just even put a smidgen of the archival
cleaner?
stamp cleaner on a paper towel and just give it a little rub and it'll be great.
Breanna's saying, go crazy, Nancy.
Go crazy.
Let your craft flag fly.
That's right. Crafty freak flag fly. Say that fast.
Yeah, crafty freak flag fly flew.
Okay. Flew fly, don't bother me. All right, let's see. I'm gonna grab a baby wipe. The thing about archivals, as I'm thinking about it, you know, I learn and discover, even while I'm doing these things, is, like I said, staining isn't a big deal, but sometimes another ink can reactivate another ink. That's why when you're using something like a Copic, you want to be very, very confident in the ink and that it's nice and dry. I had another point that's just already gone, so hopefully that comes back. All right, last one.
Going in with stencil number 4.
All right. Beautiful. So I can also see there's a border around here. That's another way to help know that things are lining up really well. This last one is called Juniper Mist, and it's a kind of a, I don't know. Let's see, it's purpley blue.
And we have quite a number of these Sizzix layering stencils, so this tartan one's really, really great. But I'll just show you, while Nancy's doing that, a few more that we have. So this one is called, this is the Union Jack.
So cool.
Super cool.
Do you know what I think of when I see that one? I want to do a art journaling layout of the bands that I loved in the 80s, because they were all from the UK. Ooh. It's like Duran Duran. And
there we go. Nice florals. Ooh, Nancy is done.
No, keep showing. You keep showing.
Okay. So that one I just showed, that one was called Watercolor Roses. This one is called Painted Flower. All right. We've also got the Mosaic Flowers.
So gorgeous.
And these are all 6x6, I will mention. Next one is called Geo Flowers. This one's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have got Bird and Branches.
Bird and branches. That's so, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the last one we have, this one's called Skyline. So you have, that's the London skyline there. So that one kind of goes hand in hand with the Union Jack one that I showed first. And once again, these are all 25% off today and tomorrow.
So sweet.
All right.
All right, so then I have this interesting colored tartan.
I like it.
Do you?
I do, actually. I like just like the complete, they're just such different colors that you wouldn't normally put together, but I kind of like it for a tartan.
I'm wondering what my grandpa would say. We have the Hunter and the Reed tartans in our family. I'm thinking that's not even anywhere close. Oh. But I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying for that. But yeah, so I would just trim that out. for however I would like for a card front or whatever I'm using it on.
Yeah, because just because the stencil is 6x6 doesn't mean you have to make a 6x6 card. You can just cut that down to A2 size if you'd like.
Absolutely, that would look great.
Yeah.
You betcha. You betcha. All right.
Should I flip the camera back?
That's a Nancy B tartan. Yeah, Bianchini tartan. That sounds actually really weird.
Bianchini tartan?
The Italian tartan? I don't know about that.
Alright.
All right, friends.
Okay, we're a little crooked, but we're almost done, so I'm just gonna...
Thank you again for joining me
Ooh.
and Faux Heather. Yeah, right? We're falling.
Oh, that's the wrong way.
Our way up. Well, we've certainly had a lot of fun today, so we hope you have. And definitely
try it with interference inks.
that would be amazing with the interference
Absolutely.
inks.
If you do that, Joan, you'll have to post that in the inspiration group because I think that would look amazing.
Absolutely. I'm so agreeing with that. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget 25% off Sizzix, including I Spy Christmas style.
Yes.
Doodly-doo.
Oh, she gonna go.
Take care, buddy.
Okay. Bye, everyone.